So what is going on, guys? We are back with another rebuild, and as a few of you guys have actually asked, we are going to be doing the Indianapolis Colts, and of course, we have Andrew Luck, and that's the main focus for us. And man, this defense, I mean, I knew it was not great. I'm not going to say bad because I'm not that mean, but it's really bad, okay? I'm going to say it. So here we trade Terrence Knighton, Phil Loadholt, and a first round, and that's actually really steep for all of that. But we do get one of the best league middle linebackers with Bobby Wagner. I would actually love to keep Phil Loadholt and Terrence Knighton. I know they're a little bit older, but they're so really expensive. So here we actually do trade away a lot of our players, and it really sucks because these guys, they're good, but they're just so expensive once again, and I just can't hold these contracts, and I really don't know why the Colts are holding these contracts, honestly. Like, I know the Colts are in really a tough spot, but you're never going to get better when you're overpaying players that really aren't going to make that much of a difference. Like, why are they paying Walden $4 million? So here we trade away more aging, expensive talent and a fourth round for Eric Reed. And the Colts have a lot of needs, and we're really making it a lot harder on ourselves, especially without a first-round pick. But the first thing is first, you got to get rid of those contracts. It's just way too expensive. So here we trade Langford and Cromartie with a third round, which is a little steep, but we do get a high development trait cornerback, Kyle Fuller, a fourth this year and a fifth next round. And I think, I don't know, Kyle Fuller most likely will play cornerback for us, but I think we might move Eric Reed to strong safety and Kyle Fuller to free safety because he actually does jump quite a bit when you move him to the free safety spot. So here, we're not going to say that this is all realistic, but Hugh Thornton, Harrison, and Green for Todd freaking Gurley. And of course, if I can get it, I will take it as we're trying to build these Colts up. So of course, here we're going to be trading Andrew Luck, I'm totally just kidding, guys. You think I'd really trade Luck? It's like, oh, you suck at rebuilds. So the Patriots decide that they already got Martellus Bennett. Gronk is always injured so much, and that offensive line could use some work. So the Patriots trade away the best player in Madden, debatably, Rob Gronkowski, for John Sullivan, Louis Vasquez, and C.O. Moore. And I really did want to keep C.O. Moore. The rest of the guys, yeah, you know, expensive, I don't care. But C.O. Moore I actually wanted to keep, so we're going to have to try to find someone that can replace him. I know he doesn't fit the scheme too well, but Michael Kendricks does get traded to us for Garrett Reynolds, Monroe, and Robinson. And of course, we can always develop Michael Kendricks back into that middle linebacker spot. But of course, I think overall it's a decent trade. So we finally make the trade. It's rough, but we lose Will Hill, who I was going to start, Louis Delmas, and a second-round pick. But we do claim the ever-so-young and talented Jadeveon Clowney. So we trade Josh Bynes for Benny Logan. Straight-up trade, as Benny Logan's about to have a contract year. And I don't think the Eagles can pay him, as they just paid Bank for Fletcher Cox, but we could definitely use a defensive tackle as we are low on skill at that position. So here we trade a 4-5 and Morris, who has pretty much no interest, but they needed a cornerback, so I threw him on anyways, for Snead, who's coming on pretty strong in real life. So we give Craig Stevens, Dwayne Allen, and a third round for next year for Calvin Pryor, and I wanted to keep Dwayne Allen, as that's the Colts tight end, and he's pretty solid, but he's making $4 million right now, and if I were to cut him, let's just say I were to cut him, I'm not, I would never cut him, I would rather trade him, I would have lost $12 million, so his contract is absolutely ridiculous. So we have our lineup. It's actually looking not too bad. We have a lot of the normal pieces. The whole line is exactly the same, except for our left guard. Our tight end position is a lot different and a lot better, no question there. We also have Fourier as a backup, kind of the whole Twin Towers type deal at tight end. We have Willie Snead at wide receiver number 2, kind of looking like a freaky dead Michael Jackson, which, I mean, that's what Michael Jackson is. Todd Gurley, of course, a huge upgrade at running back, and everything else is about the same at wide receiver. Going to the defense now, almost the whole thing is different. We got a new defensive tackle, a new right end. We got him from free agency. Cornerback number 1, of course, Vontae Davis. Very similar face, but we also have Kyle Fuller and Kawan Williams. Eric Reed at free safety, Calvin Pryor at strong, Clowney at right out, Wagner at middle, Perry Riley Jr. at backup middle, who is also a free agent, and Michael Kendricks at an 84 overall left out. So our team is looking really, really solid. I'm glad we don't have our picks either. We actually traded for a pick or two. I think we have the Bears and the Browns, so we're looking good there as well, surprisingly. And I guess let's see what the season is. I don't think we're going to do as bad as I once thought. This is definitely an 8-8 season at minimum, in my opinion. And you guys can see before we sim, this is what the XP is looking like. Just about 130 for everything, 140 for cornerbacks, 150 for kickers, and 200 for punters. And let me know what you guys think is going to be the record. So I know it's kind of lame to ask for likes, but let me know if you guys actually are enjoying the video and the series of rebuilds. If we can get this video to 150 likes, I will be bringing a... Ooh, look at those! Look at that record. I'll be bringing a NBA rebuild and a history redo rebuild. So let me see if you guys really do enjoy the series, and let me know what team you want to see next. Andrew Luck does go up 2. That's the guy you want to go up to, since it is a quarterback. And I don't believe anything else went up. What about the kickers? Adam Vinatieri is about to retire. He's 43 freaking years old. But of course, the division, we didn't even win the division title. The Texans actually went 11-5. Let's take a look at the MVP award. And Andrew Luck actually had a really down-ish year. He had really good touchdown to interception ratio, though. Todd Gurley, very solid, but he did fumble 5 times, so I'm not really happy with that. I'm also not really happy. That whole thing is not great. It is a decent look, as they all had about 800, so it's even spread, I guess. But we really should get a better backup. Robert Turbin's actually not too terrible, but I still think we should get a better one. The interior of the line overall, very solid, and just overall the whole line was great, except for Anthony Costanzo, our most expensive player, and we already can tell what that number is. Bobby Wagner, #1 linebacker, and maybe Defensive Player of the Year. I think personally, though, with this stat line, Vontae Davis should get Defensive Rookie or Player of the Year, not Rookie of the Year. In general, the team did really well. What about sacks? I don't think we got a lot of pressure. We really didn't, man. Clowney is... That's disappointing. 3.5 sacks from Clowney. I could see Kendricks, but even he had 9.5. So I'm a little confused by that. I did switch us to a different scheme, too. Straight up 3-4 scheme. Aaron Rodgers wins MVP. He usually does. And I'll tell you this. Real life, the way he played against the Vikings, I don't think it's going to happen. And let's see. Of course, David Harris somehow Defensive Player of the Year. And Bobby Wagner, #5. That's very interesting, even though it's funny as he's probably going to get linebacker of the year. Knowing us, we'll not get anything. And Jets get Jordan Jenkins as defensive rookie of the year. Best quarterback, best running back, best wideout. Don't expect to have any of those. Best linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Where is he? And Byron Maxwell beat him. So we didn't get a single award, which is really bad for developing your players. So I think I'm going to start, just to make it a little bit more fair and more realistic, I think I am going to start advancing the first playoff game, unless there's some sort of trend where we don't even get a win. And we did lose the Patriots, who do have Tom Brady for at least this season. Let's take a look at what the actual record was. And we only lost by 3, so that's a pretty noble game. Who blew it? We actually played better than them. But Andrew Luck threw 2 interceptions. That's something you cannot do. Todd Gurley, slightly better than them, but with Todd Gurley's skills, you would think he would have performed a little bit better. On offense, Rob Gronkowski against his old team, 98 yards. But just overall, the lack of touchdowns is what costed us the game. Any sack issues? Really not that much of a deal. I think we can get a better scout, actually. We're gonna fire him. And I'm going to fire you as well. So, let's get to the next week and actually get some decent coaches, because I'm not happy with those. Level 2 trainer is not smart for us to have. We need the best of the best. Let's go to scouts. Quarterback overall, I'm not really interested in that. DB, O-lineman, wide receiver is not bad. World-class trainer. Of course, if you're the first one there, they usually sign you, or they usually sign on to you. So let's get to the next week and see if we got our 2 guys, Packers and Seahawks, in the NFC Championship. That's very expected. And we upgrade big time, and it didn't really cost us any extra money. It is the Packers versus Patriots. A very reasonable guess, and both sides very expected. Honestly, when you come into the season, Maybe not now, but in real life, that would be a pretty kind of easy guess there. So this guy's actually really freaking good as a left tackle. Got lots of tall cornerbacks. I'm happy with that. And he actually didn't turn out too bad. Usually when you get those B minuses early, they end up turning around for the worse quickly. And man, that was rough because that was going to be our guy right there. Right then and there. We do need a cornerback big time. And the power of having a decent cornerback in this draft is we very well could convert Kyle Fuller to a free safety where he technically is better. Tom Brady walks away, but did he win the Super Bowl is the question. That's what we need to see. Did he go away with what, his 5th schedule? Did my Green Bay Packers win? I mean, we're the Colts and the Patriots. Tom Brady walks off as the greatest to ever do it. As it's funny as they don't show Brady's stats, so it's basically useless for me to show it. But Martellus Bennett actually did have 2 touchdowns, I believe. Willie Snead, I would assume he'll re-sign pretty easily here. We need at least 4 of these guys. So, of course, Benny Logan, the contract's a little expensive, but I think it's worth keeping him. So I definitely think we are. Hopefully that's good enough, and he's glad that's a fair offer. His deal isn't too bad. I think he's definitely worth another go, and he was exactly hoping to get that. So Quentin Coples was very solid for us. Not the greatest player ever, but his contract's fair, so we are going to try to bring him on again. It's a little expensive for me. I'm overpaying these guys a little bit. Sign free agents. We have $19 million, which is actually not too bad since we're actually, in my opinion, already almost there as a team, and I don't really see anything we need. I believe our kicker might have retired, though. And in real life, Blair Walsh, not the greatest sign. I don't want him. He's too expensive, actually. Robbie Gould, he's an old man, but he is a beast, so might give him a shot. Greg the Leg, though. Greg the Leg. I'm not really sure how much people are wanting him, so I'm going to give him just that basic offer. And, of course, we do get Greg the Leg, and it's a little surprising since we didn't offer him the greatest of contracts. I'm assuming that means that a lot of our guys did get a second offer, since none of them did reject it. I really do want Jared Cook, but I'm not willing to bid war for him. So we are going to withdraw our 2 offers here. Got quick development trait. We're willing to sign him. So let's offer him a 3-year deal. Lock him up, and we should have ourselves a fullback as well. Rookies that we're looking at, and he's actually a really good offensive lineman. This guy is a beast. And honestly, I'm not a guy that likes to go lineman early, but I don't think I've ever seen someone as good as he is. Like, honestly, 41 reps at the bench press, that's absolutely insane. Usually when you see those numbers, you see him from like a guy that he's kind of, he's no one. He's just fighting for a chance to be drafted. But from the top prospect to do that, it's just like, it reaffirms it. And oh my lord, there's a wide receiver with the name Hugh Manzana. I don't know. I'm not really happy with this draft other than that left tackle. So let's keep looking around, see what we got. Got some decent combine numbers from some of these corners. C, basic. C. Don't have that much scouting points, which is kind of rough. What about this guy? 7.8 late in the draft. Ugh. Look at this quarterback, guys. Holy shite. He's really solid. I mean, the throwing stats aren't great, but A- throw power. He's one of the best bench press quarterbacks in the league, and he's so fast. I really want to see where he goes. And these guys are all pretty bad. Oh. He's a late 6, so we're definitely gonna try to draft him. Go into the draft, see what pick we have, and alrighty. So, very surprising here. We have the 12th and 17th pick when we were projected to go either 1 or 6. Is it worth trading up? Because this is going to be a huge trade up, and he is the top talent in this draft, and I really think he is. And that's the funny thing is I bet you if I put Costanzo, they don't want him. But yet, if I let them draft... Oh, shit, they don't mind him. And of course, I really don't care if they find him valued or not. If the trade is going to go through, that's all that matters to me. So we'll give him a 7th. That might finish it. And it does finish it. So we have the number 1 overall pick now. A very expensive pick to make. But of course, I don't think we can pass up on this left tackle. Very risky to trade our star left tackle. And it was very worth it, as he is just as good if not way better than Anthony Costanzo. And he also has superstar development trait and is young. So definitely overall the best move that I have made in a while in franchise, considering I put a lot on the line for that pick, and it worked. It worked. And they do trade for it. I mean, it's worth it. I don't know if there's anything we could really do to get that spot without trading Kwan. So hopefully Bernard is good, or Brandon Stewart is good. Jesus, I'm way off. And he's solid as hell. So once again, another really solid trade up as we get a superstar 6'2" cornerback. I mean, luckily we had one, because I don't even think you can actually cancel the advance, which is a little dumb in my opinion. But scouted. We have a linebacker. We're just going to take him. And he's not great, but with 84 speed and 91 hit power and literally no backup middle linebacker, he does probably have what it takes to at least be the backup to Bobby Wagner. Maybe learn a few things from the beast himself. Of course, the rest of the draft is going to be just trading down. And personally, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is a very solid rebuild so far. Of course, I think we have had a couple of rebuilds where it's completely fallen apart afterwards. And the team does get a little bit better in my opinion. You know, that left tackle spot might not look better, but trust me, it's going to be. So heading into Season 2, I think we have a really good squad. Our receivers, they could get a little bit better. Maybe we'll go for somebody new. I don't know. I'm really glad with what we did with the left tackle situation. The line, it should get better on its own, but I might have to do something about that. What about the defense? I don't think we got our... Oh, we did get a cornerback, actually. I'm sorry if you guys are like, what the hell is he talking about? He just had the draft. I did have to count this next day, because it does actually take a long time to do these. And honestly, I'm liking what we have. We just need some development. Do we have any XPs? We should have a lot. I haven't paid attention to all that. Our rank is 6 value right now. I don't know if that's as an owner or as a team. Man, I really hope Andrew Luck's got superstar. Okay, thank God. If he didn't, I would have been so mad. I'm really thinking about trading for Braxton Miller. He's so good. And he's got a lot of potential. And speaking of potential, I have him as a quarterback in the Broncos franchise. Maybe check that out. Little shameless plug. But it actually is really cool. And ooh! Bradley Roby's probably looking to get a contract. Do we not make that trade? So with this trade, we trade Dak Prescott, who we just traded for, a first round, which we just got, and a 4th round for Alshon Jeffrey. So of course, we have our roster. Nothing really has changed except for Alshon Jeffrey, and I couldn't find a way to trade Hilton or Vontae Davis for a reasonable deal. I was trying to get Michael Floyd for Hilton, and it just wasn't worth it. It really wasn't at all. And I really want to, because I feel like there's going to be some decent wide receivers in free agency. So let's advance to the next season, at least playoffs-wise. I think we're definitely going to make the playoffs again. We'll probably let it go one more time, Sim on its own. But after that, we're definitely gonna just go in the game, because Sim is really unforgiving. Like, there's a lot to do with how good your team is, but there also is a lot to do with just basic luck. Here we go, and we of course are in the playoffs. 11-5 against the Chargers. We actually do win the division, and Andrew Luck gets MVP if I'm not mistaken. So all it takes is to get yourself a nice top wide receiver, and Andrew Luck had a really solid season. Todd Gurley having a really solid season again, but too many fumbles. And Josh Ferguson actually had a really decent season, but fumbles again. This team turns the ball over way too much on the ground. And Alshon freaking Jeffrey, first season on the team, goes 1,500 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns. I think he's going to have a great season in real life too, as long as he can stay healthy. And just like I expected, T.Y. Hilton is just a waste. He has lost his touch. And the rookie got absolutely destroyed this season, which is all right. You know, it's a learning curve, and Bobby Wagner has been absolutely outstanding. Vontae Davis, I wanted to trade you for the money, not because of the skill. Don't confuse that. You're one of the best in the league right now, but you know, for the skill. And of course, Kellen Pride did really well. The thing we really need to work on, though, is our pass rush. This pass rush is bad, and mainly because Michael Kendricks isn't a pass rusher, but he's done very well, so I might convert him, or I might convert the defense in general. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. And of course, did we get any touchdowns and special teams? We did not. How many awards did we win? I would assume we got best wide receiver and best MVP / best quarterback. Packers 5-11. Could you imagine that's what they do this year? because they didn't look that great. They're my team, but they really didn't look great recently. J.J. Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. Evan Hope, Offensive Rookie of the Year, which I don't know who, it looks like a quarterback type. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Best Quarterback, Andrew Luck as well. Todd Gurley was 4th for running back. Number 1, Alshon Jeffrey. Mewhort, number 4. Best D-line. Copels actually did get number 7. A great free agency pickup for us. Bobby Wagner, number 3. I'm honestly surprised he wasn't number 1. David Harris has really turned his career around. And Calvin Pryor got 3rd best DB. And our kicker is not even on the list. Forgot to show you guys the first time. I always like to show you guys that we didn't cheat. I like to show that I didn't sim any of the wins. How did we do, actually? We lost by 3 there, so that's actually really noble. Decent win against the Cardinals. Really short win against the Titans, but we destroyed the Steelers. Did pretty good against the Texans. And a real shootout against the Seahawks. That was an insane game. Chiefs, close one as well. So, a pretty impressive season. Except for the Jaguars. I was about to say, every game we've won was pretty dominating and at least close. And every game we lost was very close. But that was not the case right there. See, our team did go up quite a bit. Gronk would love to go up, but he kind of can't. So overall is already maxed. We should be able to win. We're not completely there. That defense is kind of rough, but we are going to advance a week. See if we can get a win. We'll probably lose. Next season is where we're going to actually go for it. And we did actually beat the Chargers. So let's take a look at this game. Chargers, Colts. We won by 7. That's a decent victory. Pretty solid stats in between. So hopefully we can win this matchup as well. We're going to let it sim out again. And we get to the championship game. This is the first time I've ever done it where I've just simmed it instead of went into the game. So let's see this matchup as well. Colts versus Jets. Wow, we're getting closer and closer to losing. It is a 3-point victory this time, and we way outperformed. It must have been a lot of turnovers again. Perhaps fumbles. No, really no. Just a lack of scoring, I guess. We win this game. We are into the Super Bowl, which I think in that case we probably will. I think we will actually look into the game. We won't just let it sim. And I think we made it. I didn't look at it, but I think we made it. Holy crap. So we won by 8, and we're going against the Cowboys. Wow. Andrew Luck, once again, no turnovers for the man. He's doing well. I'm feeling it. And on offense, Alshon Jeffrey with a catch. Gronk didn't have his 2-touchdown performance like he usually does. Overall-wise, I think as a team we're better, but 85 overall to their 87. Let's see this game, though. Even though this is the first game we're actually watching, I am going to keep it on speedy. I am going to keep it on fast. Although that seems to be the best move since I don't have it on change of possession. And just like that, we are up 14-3. Dez Bryant with a huge play to the outside. Another Dez Bryant play. Knocked down by Bobby Wagner. Is that a touchdown? It is to Jason Witten. Not a superstar tight end, but a great one. And they failed the 2-point conversion. That might come back to haunt them. This offensive line is pretty solid. And on 3rd and 12, a huge play to Gronk. Who else would you give it to? If you're not going to give it to Todd Gurley or Jeffrey, you got to give it to Gronk. Gronk is the man. Basically, if you're throwing it, just give it to Gronk. Let's just be honest. 3rd and 1, that's a 3-yard touchdown to Gurley. And I'm thinking season 2 Super Bowl. I don't know if they can do it. And there's a penalty on the defense. They've got potential. 2nd and 10, 3-yard gain to Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley again for 18 yards. Man, the Cowboys are clutching it up here. And that's going to be another touchdown. Oh, it's not. It's down to the 1, and that's a touchdown to Elliott. That's the team that's not going to get it, and they recover a fumble. So just like that, the Super Bowl could be spoiled for the Colts, as they seem to just be walking down the field now. This is not good. 1st and goal down to the 2-yard line, and that's a touchdown. They failed again on the 2 points, so a field goal wins this game. If the Colts win this, which they look like they're in position, the Cowboys are going to have some answers. They're going to need some answers for why they didn't go for their extra points, as they completely blew it. And, of course, that's a touchdown. Are they going to go for 2 as well? And they do, and they get it. 3 straight incompletions. But on 4th and 10, a clutch throw from Tony Romo for 18 yards. They do get injured, and that is going to be a touchdown. So it's 29 all. And on 3rd and 6, that's a huge clutch stop. 4th and 4. Penalty on the defense. What are you doing? Oh, my God. That's a huge mistake there on the Colts defense, and I have to come into this game. We can't. I'll give the reins to offense, to the AI, but I will not let them blow this on defense. And Elliott's all the way down to the 1. Oh, my freaking Lord. This is absolutely ridiculous. There's no way in hell we stop him. Ooh, Clowney, you gotta get there, son. 3rd and goal. This is insane. I can't handle it. I can't even look. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. No! Oh, did he not catch that? That's clearly a touchdown. What? What? We got to oh my God, this is the craziest Super Bowl in history. Did he not make this catch? Are they going to say that his knee hit the line without him bringing it down? I don't know what happened there. I think the refs just made the most historic bad call in the history of bad calls. Huge play to start her off to Alshon. Another huge play to Alshon. Todd Gurley gets a catch this time. What is the yellow mark? Oh, it's a defensive penalty. 1st and 10, 4-yard gain by Todd Gurley. 2nd and 6, 4-yard gain by Todd Gurley. No way. It's all tied up again. Holy sheep. And on 3rd and 6, that's going to be a clutch defensive stop, so that is going to be a punt. All right, 4th and 15. So this is where it's supposed to be. They were punting from their own, 25-yard line, and for whatever reason, our guy just punted it right back. It's another stupid glitch that needs to be patched, but, of course, this is the fair outcome. I'm just going to let T.Y. Hilton do it his own. See what he can do. Please don't fumble, T.Y. Please don't fumble. Oh, T.Y.'s got room to the outside. Okay, good play. So Andrew Luck just needs to get 20, 25 yards. He can definitely do that. This is insane. Andrew Luck, incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Andrew Luck, incomplete pass. 3rd and 10. Clutch throw for 25 to Alshon. Just give it to Gurley. Give it to Gurley. They hit the Super Bowl winning field goal. Chuck Strong is alive, and we get the win in one of the craziest Super Bowls I've ever seen through rebuilding, actual gameplay, whatever it may be. That was absolutely insane, and the Colts have won themselves a Super Bowl, and I really don't even feel like the rebuild's done. This is the quickest rebuild I've ever had, and I didn't cheat. I don't know how I would cheat. I showed you guys that we didn't sim win. Tony Romo, I mean, he finally got some playoff wins for his team. Cowboys made it to the Super Bowl, and I can't frickin' believe that they didn't call that catch. This was a complete ref job. This is one of those Super Bowls that you look down in history and somehow, some way, it's just called that way. I can't believe that without a doubt, the Cowboys should have won right there. I mean, I guess we'll just play another season, see if we can repeat it. But this is a huge year, so very glad we won that Super Bowl there because that is insane. We do have a lot of money, actually. Holy crap. That's a good offer. Glad we got it done. Good job. Vontae Davis, how is that a 10.9 cap? If his salary is 1 year, I don't get this. I'm so confused. I'm gonna leave that without a doubt. We can't lose him. That's got to be good enough. This offer is perfect. Can't wait till next year. I think we're gonna lowball him. Man, this is dumb. We're not even gonna get him. Lowball. He's gonna go free agency. I enjoyed playing for you. Exactly. In real life, there's no way they would let that happen, but, man, I don't know. It's a tough spot. It's really a tough spot. When you have all these contracts, you got to let someone go. I think with the development of our cornerback program, I think we're fine. Just kind of seeing where we're at, because I really don't want to blow all this money on Vontae. I think we should definitely let him go. We're bringing back just about everyone, so maybe you would, but I don't know if it's worth it. We did get Joel Bitonio back, which is not really a surprise. Vontae to the Jets. Ooh, I didn't really think about Coney Ely. He did get paid big money. It's not worth it. My negotiations, what do we got here? So there's no way we're going to get Kyle Fuller as somebody is willing to pay top dollar for him. So the cornerback core is going to die. We got both of those really low ball deals. So once again, since we are going for the one and done, the Colts are already a strong team that has the option to trade up or down in the draft. Well, if you're going to go up, that means that we didn't get number 1. Oh, we did get... What do they fucking mean, trade up or down? We have number 1, you idiots. So we have the number 1 pick. And normally I'd be like, all right, number 1 pick. Let's trade down to 8, get a bunch of picks. But, you know, we need a cornerback. Because normally I think they would have to go with a first round. Yep. So we got 2 second rounds and their first round for this draft, which means we'll be able to draft all those guys. I can't risk it. He's too good. I took him at... I didn't draft him at number 1. I drafted him at number 6. So, of course, just the absolute beast of a man. I couldn't let him go. I think we did that one of the drafts recently. I just couldn't let it happen. I think we're going to take Junior Logan as well. Normal development trait. We took... I wouldn't say a bust, but not the greatest player of all time. Let's just simulate to the next round. Back out, cancel option. Like if I back out, bet you I come back in, it's either continuing or it went all the way to our pick, which was at the bottom. Draft recap. Oh my god. Did they draft any of the linebackers? Of course they didn't. They let them both slip. I think the Broncos were a little bit more willing to go to their star cornerback, so let's try that. Okay, well, I mean, a lot more willing apparently. So left tackle to a right tackle, basically. And we overtraded for him, but I don't care. Basically, you guys knew the premise. We destroyed this league, like, positively. 12-4 might be an understatement. This isn't the greatest team I've ever seen, but they definitely play like it. Chuck Pagano wins his Coach of the Year. So 12-4, that is, it's a little eerie, but we will show you the records to show you that I didn't cheat. We won pretty... So basically, our wins were pretty dominating. Our losses weren't too bad. What overall your team is, offensive, defensive. Well, I kind of want to see what's holding it up. And, of course, we get the win. Not even a quiet. What was that? Oh, I thought Bobby Wagner alone had 5 sacks. I was like, are you serious? Andrew Luck does throw an interception, but that doesn't matter. We have Brian Hoyer? No. DeMarco Murray with 3 touchdowns. Wow, nice. I've got something interesting for you, pal. And let's go and, sorry about that, pal. I can't have you winning a Super Bowl. You can see it here, though. It is the Seahawks, so normally I'm not really too worried, but I don't know if we're going to win this one. The Seahawks are a very tough franchise team. I don't want to look. I'm just going to hit left bumper right away, so I don't think I think no matter what, we're going to see some sort of reveal. I just don't want to know. Drew Brees has announced his... Did they just call him the GOAT? Come on now. He's pretty solid, but the GOAT? Who won this damn thing? Who won this damn thing? Fuck sake. Oh my god. It's been a hell of a rebuild, but damn. We got destroyed. How? How did we... What? 42-7. There was no sacks. But man, we built a great team. We're first value. I don't know if that means, once again, if that's the Colts' first value or if we're first value as we're the richest owner. But we had a great rebuild. Sliders again. I don't remember what it... Did I have 120? Okay, 130. I think it was on all Madden. Like I said, I don't know if it matters. All Madden. So, solid rebuild. I'm not going to retire, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, maybe subscribe. I do bring rebuilds just about every week. I think last week was a slacker week. But this week, if we can get this video to like 150 likes or something, maybe we'll just go the 100 route. 119.587 repeating likes. And we'll do 2 more rebuilds this week. We'll do the history redo, and we'll do an NBA rebuild. I don't think I'm going to like NBA rebuilds, but we'll try one just to see if I like it or you guys like it. And hopefully you guys do come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! What is going on, guys? We're back with another rebuild, and I know a lot of you guys will hate it. Some of you may even like it, mate. It really comes down to him not running it either. Like, even if we can score, we need him to not run the ball. Wow, nice freaking... Oh, man, Murray is tired. You are garbage! The worst player in the history of this game.